Good afternoon, and welcome to Ashland High School for your TVL matchup between the Norwood Mustangs and the Ashland Clockers. Tonight's matchup is one that was supposed to be senior night, but due to the weather has been rained out, so we are just here to magically call the game through WACA for you. It will be magic. I'm here with Kevin McGinnis. I'm Jamie Tripp. Thanks for listening to us be the best we can be.
Yeah, this is going to be a great matchup tonight. Both teams are coming off a win last night. Both teams have qualified for the MIAA tournament. Norwood in Division II, Ashland in Division III, where they're currently ranked number 7 in the power rankings. So, should be a good matchup. Looking forward to a TVL rivalry that's gone on for many, many years.
I think last time we met Norwood in Norwood, we have stats here somewhere. I believe we took that matchup 14-8. Ashland has been playing very well as of late. They had a couple tough matchups recently, Kevin. They had Westwood and Chelmsford, who's Division I team, and then they also had the third tough team in a row, which
Grafton
was
Gators.
Grafton
So
Gators.
coming into the season, that stretch of schedule looked tough, and it sure was. 3 losses in a row, a good close game to Grafton, and then both Chelmsford and Westwood, as you'd expect, the larger schools and the very talented teams were able to handle Ashland, but Ashland bounced back last night with a very close, hard-fought win over Hopkinton in 11-9 games. So that was a good test for them in playing a close game, one that they were able to pull out.
Hopkinton came to play. They were very aggressive on everything. They, I believe, 6 yellow cards in total for both teams last night, Kevin, and a green card. So it was a lot of headshots and cross checks and everything else you could think of in the lacrosse rulebook happened last night. So, 2 nights ago, sorry. But they're hopefully healed up and ready to go.
Yeah, as I say, it was a good test. I mean, you're going to have to win those close games if you're going to make some hay in the tournament, and that was a game where every time Ashland thought they were pulling away, Hopkinton would come right back. And so a really important win for them tonight. Should be another one, assuming that they can play the way they need to. They should be able to do some damage.
Yeah, let's take a little walk back in history, Kev. We have this year's team versus last year's team. Last year's team was dynamite, had a lot of strong seniors, made the tournament as far as they've been to the Elite 8, I believe, and unfortunately lost to a hard-fought game against Hanover. Didn't expect a ton from this team this year, and I tell you what, it's been a big surprise and a lot of positives coming off the bench as well as in the starting lineups here. One to mention, or a couple to mention, would be a big surprise with Vanessa Thompson, senior, came back to play. She's played in the youth program and decided this would be the year she jumps back in. She's been playing great. Elia as well has been an amazing pickup this year. She's all hustle. Elia is going to be number, where's our list here?
5.
Number 5. So they've both been playing amazing. And Abby Lombardo stepping up too, as captain this year, playing great, had a lot of great goals and a lot of hard fought battles, a lot of effort. Team's looking really good, and we're strong, and we're placed right now. We're Kevin in the power rankings. This came out number 7. We dropped from number 4 because of our strength of schedule dropped a little bit, but then dropped that game to Grafton. So, but this team this year, big surprise. I think we're going to see some really big things. And at the end of the season here, we got a couple games left, and going into the playoffs, I think they're in a really good spot to maybe make it just as far as last year, if not maybe another one
they
step.
Sure could. If they can keep that 7 ranking, that could give them potentially 2 home games, assuming you win the first one. That's important. They are play much better at home than they do on the road, and we've had a lot of players stepping into different roles this year after the graduation of 10 seniors last year. So
Yeah.
It has been a very, very good season.
So here we go, the start of the game. We got Paige Tripp on the draw. Oh, and we also have in net Lana Duffy taking the seat for Genesis, our backup goalie, which is going to be good. She'll get tested today with Norwood. They got some good shooters and some good players, so we'll see how she holds up. Worked the ball around the top here, won the draw. Norwood won the draw here. Got a starting lineup of Paige Tripp and Peyton Tripp and Maggie McGinnis at midi. Tax look like we have Ayla Turncliffe, and there's a nice turnover from almost a turnover from Elia, like we talked about. Great player, all hustle. Also on attack, we have Lily Vitti, Abby Lombardo, as well as, is that Rafi Pinto over there? So strong showing for the senior class, even though it's not senior night. A lot of seniors out on the field looking, should look pretty good. Here's number 19 with a shot to goal and scores. We have 1-0 Norwood here at the start, about 1 minute into play. Shay Larkey, who is captain on Norwood 19.
Just about 1 minute into the game, Norwood comes out, takes a 1-0 lead. That's what happens when you get control of the draw. It's a simple game sometimes. You need possession of the ball to score. You win those draws, you limit your turnovers, and then you can possess it. Don't have to take a shot right away. There's no shot clock, and they were patient and eventually got one by Genesis.
Yeah. Draw number 2. Norwood comes up with it again. Paige Tripp taking the draw. Maggie McGinnis on the ride. Abby Lombardo trying to catch up there. They get to the restraining line, which is the 30-yard line, and the attack cannot go over that line. We'll start up here on the settled offense for Norwood, number 16 with the ball. Allie O'Neill. These numbers aren't in order number, Kevin. This is going to be pretty difficult to figure out. Number 17, Emily Sporkia. Got a drive here by number 19. Shot to goal, just wide. First one to the sidelines wins. Ellie is hustling hard, but no, she's beat by Norwood. Norwood's going to take the ball out, bottom right corner. Got to step in before you throw that ball and put it into play, or it will be turned over to Ashland. Get number 16 with the ball, top right corner. They're going to work it around. Driving, stopped by Ashley and Peyton. Ooh, nice foul by Peyton there. A little bit of a cross check. She's going to have to go behind number 6'15" there, Allie O'Neill. Allie's going to have a free shot to goal here from the 8-meter. And nope, is she on the 12? No, she's on the 8-meter.
Yeah, she's on the
far
right hash.
Far right hash. She's got a chance here, go right to goal. Hopefully Maggie McGinnis crashes, and so does Ashley Forster. But they're too late, and another shot on goal for Norwood, and a goal, number 2, with about 9 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Not the start that Ashland was looking for, of course. Got to start on the draw circle. Got to come up with the ball, try to get into your offense. Obviously, there's a lot of game left. No time to panic, but certainly it's not the ideal start that they were looking for.
It's taking everything in my being, Kevin, not to yell, be tough on that circle right now, because that's typically Kevin and I are super fans and are constantly yelling things at the girls in positive ways, of course, when we're watching. And again, unfortunately, another draw loss by Ashland here. 19 coming in on the fast break, shot wide, and dumps Ashley Forrester. Gets knocked right to the ground by that. Could have been a charge. Ref's going to... So Vanessa Thompson take it behind the net, right over to Genesis in the goal, so she can be in that goal circle for, I believe, 10 seconds safely, and then she has to step out. She's going to give it back to Vanessa down the bottom. Vanessa Thompson up to Alyssa Brown, over to a midi Paige Tripp. Paige Tripp looking up. Nice pass to Maggie McGinnis. Nice ball movement here, Kev. Number 3 to Peyton. Up to Lily Vitti.
Transition so important. This is the first time that Ashland's been able to work it into the offensive zone. They've been hemmed in down in the defensive zone the whole time. Now they'll see if they can work something around. See the players using their outside hand to make those passes, trying to protect the ball and keep it away from the defenders.
Paige Tripp with the drive here, going right to goal, no one in her way, and she buries it, bottom right corner. Paige Tripp having one heck of a season. She's reached her 200-point mark for the year. She's hit her 100-goal mark for the year. Currently, Kev, where is she stacked on the points?
That is her 101st point in the season, 259 on the career, her 62nd goal in the year. So
she is on a tear.
Yeah, she certainly is. She has taken up the major part of the offensive load here for the team this year, and she's really carrying the team on the offensive end.
Oh, finally we got a nice draw control. Paige going to wrap that up. Yep. Paige committed to University of Rhode Island for the fall. Go Rhody Rams. Pretty excited about that. Back to Paige Tripp. Paige taking her time, finds a nice toss to Lily.
Good catch.
So important not to let that ball bounce. Yep. It is a double bounce, and that ball has so much spin it just will go away from you. Lily on the drive. Bottom left corner, Lily Vitti, 13 with the goal.
Lily is nearing a milestone herself. That's goal number 98 on her career. hopefully we'll see her get to that century mark in the very near future.
There will be a timeout called by coach when that happens, and a roar of the crowd and cymbals and horns and cowbells from everybody over here. We have basically a whole band of
hot air balloons. I believe a skywriter
Yep.
comes over. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's so fun when these girls have these milestones because it just gives them something positive in the season. To one-handed grab by Paige Tripp on the draw, over to Peyton Tripp's sister. Oh, Abby Lombardo scoops it up nicely. Way to back her up. Abby is fast as lightning with that ball. Back to Lily, bottom right. They're gonna set something up, slow it down here. Really just dynamic duos here between Paige and Peyton and Ayla and Paige and Maggie and Viddy, and all they're doing is that draw and dump, which you just saw there. You got a goal by Paige again. Beautiful. What they're doing is the draw and dump, draw the defender in, look on a pick and roll. Once you roll off that, you're wide open because the defender usually gets confused, and your nice little dish to get rid of it. Or you go around all by yourself.
If you get that first step and you draw the second defender over, that means they're leaving another player, and just look for them and make it pretty easy. Notice that Ashland has changed. Maggie has been taking the draw. Maggie McGinnis, Paige on the outside of the circle. They'll do that just to switch things up. If it's not going their way, they'll go back and forth, finding the right combination to get them some wins. Yeah. There's another one. Maggie seemed to pull that one right back to where Peyton was. So notice that's 3 or 4 draw controls in a row, and the complexion of the game has changed.
It's a nice switch for sure. Definitely, Paige, started doing the draw this year for the first time. She's pretty good at it, but sometimes you just got to make a switch to see if someone else can do a little better. And I think she finds herself to be a little stronger on the circle, trying to run down that ball than try to be the one doing the draw. So nice win. You got Abby Lombardo in the corner, up to Maggie McGinnis, number 14, over to Peyton Tripp, number 3. Look for some cutters across the middle. Paige does that draw and dump again with Peyton looking for Maggie McGinnis. No good. The second cutter is Lily Viddy. Lily Viddy going to drive and shoot. And nice stop by the goal. We got some sort of infraction here. Looks like maybe shooting space, Kevin.
She's holding her hand to her face. I'm not sure if she got hit, but if she did, the refs didn't see that. But certainly they're going to award her shooting space. Looks like she's going to be on that center hash.
After she wipes the blood off her face from getting whacked in the... So here we go for Lily, number 13. Free shot to goal from the penalty inside the 8-meter arc. We'll give you an automatic free shot to goal. Defender on either side. They're going to try to chase you down. She's probably going to cut right across the front of that goal and drop it top corner.
That's a good position for a right-handed shot. She just has to fire in, and she did. Goalie made a nice save to keep Ashland off the board that time.
I recall last time we played Norwood, Kevin, this goalie was pretty darn good. I think she made a bunch of stops that game, and it really stopped us. It was a really close game till the end there because that goalie played out of her mind that day. Just like to say, she stood on her head that day.
Yeah, I do recall that being a fairly close game, and then the last 3 goals or so went Ashland's way and made it a 6-goal game, but otherwise it was far closer than that.
Don't see her on this list, Kevin. What number is that goalie? Is that 0? See her on there. I only see middies, defense, and attacks listed out here on this roster. So,
well, to her friends and family, we would love to say her name and talk about how well she did, but we don't know it.
Yeah, she's dynamite. She's a dynamite goalie. So here we go, number 15 with the ball. Vanessa Thompson shutting her down on defense. Such a great long reach. What a great add to the defense this year. We lost 3 really strong defenders last year, and she stepped right into that role and has just been playing amazing.
Yeah, the length is something you can't teach, as they say. It's
shows you right there. Another great job with the length, knocking that ball down.
Sure did. Then Ashley scooped the ground ball right back to Genesis so that she could get it in a protected area where the attackers couldn't go get her. So that was a smart move by Ashley Forster.
Nice outlet by Genesis to Peyton Tripp. Peyton Tripp up to Paige Tripp. Paige trying to look, sees Lily Viddy again, skips right over Abby. She was covered. Lily going right to X most likely. X is the location directly behind. Oh, she actually gives it to Ayla. Oh, another nice stop by the goalie right in her stick, unfortunately.
Ashley's getting
up. Ooh, Alyssa Brown on the trying to pick off that pass. Norwood picks it up at the 50. We have a minor foul at the 50. She's going to get that ball back, and Alyssa Brown's going to have to go 4 meters behind the ball carrier. Looks like we had a bad ball. Must have been a greaser.
You don't see that early in the game.
I know, huh? Number 26 with the ball, entering the offensive zone. Just going to bring it right to X again. X is that location directly behind the goal. A lot of, you'll hear that screamed out a bunch in lacrosse games. Go to X, go to X. That is the location to kind of start the offense for most people. They work it around once, twice, look for cutters. A lot of times what you do is you see them work it around once is because those middies have to run up and down the field many times. And if you have a lot of transition happening, you got to let those middies come back, catch a breather so they can really do some damage on offense. And that's what's happening here.
Yeah, and working the offense out of the X helps the offense because the goalie is facing the wrong direction, looking behind the net, and then they have a cutter coming out from the top, and you don't see it. So X is a great place to run your offense out of.
Another great poke by Vanessa Thompson, getting her stick in the way there. Good transition up to Lily Vitti from Ayla Turncliffe. That's a nice little cross check there from number 22. Good defense. Just soft enough not to get a call, I think. So they're going to reset. Now you see the middies coming into the play here. Nice little dish to Maggie McGinnis from Page. She's going to fire that. Nice stop by the goalie. There was a penalty called, but they stopped, didn't call the penalty because Norwood got the ball. You'll see a referee raise their hand with a yellow flag. That means there is a penalty, but they let them play on to see if the possession matters. Here we have Alyssa Brown play defense on the Norwood charge. Number 16, Elia again.
It's at least 3 saves for Norwood at this point. So 50% is a great save percentage if you're playing in goalkeeping in lacrosse. So she is certainly keeping the team in the game.
20% is a great percentage in girls lacrosse, and it's been pretty good for Ashland to put the ball in the net as of late. But this goalie's going to make a tough game today. Still 3-2. We got about 2 minutes left here. Ashland's up by 1. 2 minutes left in the first. Get the ball behind. Vanessa Thompson D'ing up. Nice little slide there by Ashley Forrester. Maggie McGinnis playing a little defense up top. Another one comes. Here comes number 19 right down the middle. Nice save by Genesis. Maggie McGinnis comes up with the rebound. Outlets it up to Ayla Turncliffe. Nice little transition here. Looks like they don't have any extra numbers, so we're just going to probably go to X with the ball, or Lily's going to go right to goal and try to get that 100th goal as fast as she can to get it off her mind, I'm assuming. Waiting for the...
That transition was fantastic. They got it up before the defense could reset. And the best teams that you play will have the defenders all over the attacks there. In that situation, it just happened so quickly they couldn't even get to it. It was 3 passes and covered about 60 yards.
Page strip up top with the ball. Going to work it around. They're going to be looking for... Oh, they're running a play. This, I believe, is probably UConn. I won't give it away, but everyone goes to one side, and then you got 2 people left to fight off each other. And here we go. Shot! Lily Vitti bounced a little too quick on the bounce, gets up over the net, but Ayla Turncliffe hustling to get out there to get that ball.
Yeah, I think Ashland may have gotten the benefit of a call there. It looked like the goalie might have been a little bit closer, but ref didn't see it that way.
Yep. So we're going to restart. We got Maggie McGinnis over to Peyton Tripp. Peyton's going to get a pick from Lily. This comes no pick and roll there. Top right to Abby Lombardo. Abby's going to make a drive here, probably get hit in the head. When you drive that hard, usually you're going to get hit with a stick.
It could go one of 2 ways. You could get called on a charge, or you could take a stick to the noggin. That was the noggin one.
Yeah. Here we go. Abby Lombardo shot. Nice. Goal by Abby Lombardo. Abby has got a very hard shot. She can put that ball away when she has a good chance.
Yeah, absolutely. She is fast, and she's got a good shot. That's her 15th goal in the season. So she has really put together a nice campaign this year. Only 19 seconds left now in the first quarter. See if either team can get anything going in that short a time right off the draw. You'd have to win it pretty clean and get into your offense really quick. It can be done, but...
Looks like they reset the clock to 30 seconds.
Oh, must not have stopped. Okay, well, that changes that.
Yeah, so now we have a chance for somebody to get possession.
Plenty of time.
Nice draw by Maggie. Peyton was a little hesitant there to go get that ball. And again, when that ball bounces twice, you get a real weird bounce. Ooh, nice pass in front.
Oh, yeah, just like we talked about.
Ripped it. It took about 13 seconds.
Yep.
So
you can do it.
Draw control is everything, Kevin. We always say that on these broadcasts, that if you get that draw and you control the ball right away, you do it a lot, you're going to win the game.
Yeah, that defense looked a little disorganized there. Not quite sure why they weren't able to set up off the draw. It wasn't that quick off the draw, but that's what happens sometimes.
So Maggie McGinnis on the draw here. See if she can get it up over her shoulder and get it to a direction. Interesting lineup here with Paige and Peyton on almost the same side of the circle here. Nice pull by Maggie McGinnis. Paige with the trip outletting up to Abby Lombardo. Abby Lombardo through the middle. Gonna get, oh my Lord, she got absolutely hammered. We're gonna have a yellow card thrown here to number 15? Allie O'Neill, number 15.
That is going to be a 2-minute yellow card on Norwood in girls high school lacrosse. That is not releasable. So that means Ashland could score on this power play and get the ball back and score again as many times as you can in that 2 minutes. Probably not a great advantage to have this happen right over the quarter, which means you're going to have to do another draw.
Unfortunate pass picked off from Paige and Tripp, but not enough time for anybody to do anything with it afterwards. So not a horrible first quarter. Not the best we've played, but Norwood's come to play today.
Yeah, 4-3, close game. It's kind of gone back and forth. Norwood started with a couple. Ashland answered with 4 in a row, and then Norwood comes back again. So could be that way the whole day.
About a 2-minute break. We're trying to shorten these minutes. This year they switched from a longer half to shorter quarters, 10-minute, 12-minute quarters. So don't need as much time to rest in between. Really helps these middies kind of stay fresh during these games. I know Paige has told me that there's no reason to take. She says, I don't need to come out. I'm not really even that tired. In 12 minutes, I can get caught up in the break. So I think the same thing goes for definitely for Maggie and Peyton.
Yeah, when it was a 25-minute half, that changed the complexion. You don't have this built-in 2 minutes here to run over and get a drink of water and just catch your breath for a minute. So the last few games, those middies have been out there the entirety of the game and at that midi position. They haven't been switching off too much to attack or defense when you can take that opportunity to catch your breath. So this midi lineup, you will see them out there the entire game unless they happen to get a yellow card.
Which this happened. Last game was, I think everyone got one last night.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go to tail of tape here, Kev. We got the playoffs right around the corner. We're a Division III team. Unfortunately, one team in particular tends to run the whole division every year, and that's Medfield. And where are they this year? They're still in the same spot up top?
They sure are. They are ranked number 1. A lot of the same teams that were up at the top last year are up at the top this year. Newburyport is, Foxborough, Wayland, Ashland. Bedford was a little bit further down last year. But the same names, if you looked at it from last year to this year, they're jumbled up a little bit except for Medfield and Newburyport, number 1 and 2. They are the class of Division III.
Yeah, I see that Hanover is a little bit lower than us in the power rankings, but seems like I was looking at them yesterday. Sounds like there's going to be about 9 play-in games. The people that are over 500, over the 32nd position, will play into the playoff round of 32. So as it stands right now, if nothing changed, I think if the playoffs start today, we'd be hosting Watertown, I believe, correct? Yeah,
the play-in games would mean the teams below 32 would all have a play-in game. So that would go down to number 24. So they'd all be playing a first-round game even before the real tournament starts. So I shouldn't say real tournament. It's technically a tournament of 64. It's just a lot of buys.
Yep.
So, but it's a bracket of 64, and if a first-round game is needed, it would be 32 versus 33 and 31 versus 34 and so forth.
Yeah. So they're in a good position right now. If the bracket were to start today, they wouldn't be in Medfield's bracket, and they wouldn't be in Newburyport. No, they wouldn't be in Foxborough's bracket or Apponequet Regional. So hopefully if they get to the Elite 8 and then maybe the Final 4, they'd be going up against probably Newburyport to go over then and meet Medfield.
Now, important to keep top 8. The 8th position and below gets a second home playoff game. That is critical.
Yeah. What I don't want to have happen is them get into the position where they're playing Medfield in the Elite 8, which would be
one versus 8 would get you there.
Yeah. Medfield is absolute wagon, so they always have been, and see how it goes. So right now we got a draw control by Norwood coming in here, working the ball around. Number 19, Captain Shay Larkey. Is that how you say that? She is also, I believe, a phenomenal field hockey player from what I remember seeing in the fall. Nice check by Paige Tripp. They say over the top.
Ashland's still in a man-up situation here, but they can't get the ball, so they don't seem to be trying to get a double going.
Yeah, we should be doubling the ball. We have one extra player than they do, and we have it for another, minute maybe? So we should be doubling that ball. Norwood's doing a great job of releasing that ball quickly once they get it so that double team can't catch up to the ball. Looks to me like they're going to be getting that player back without us doing any damage on this play here, Kev.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It would have been nice to see Ashland get the ball into the offensive zone, see what they could do with that man-up situation, but unless they can cause a turnover here quickly, they may not get that opportunity.
Little cat and mouse here, so Maggie McGinnis finally comes up with it. Outlets up to Abby Lombardo. Abby's going to get the wheels going. Right up to Erin Hickey, who has stepped into the game here. Erin's been a great job this year on attack. She plays a lot of the games, a lot of time too. She's been patient with the ball, making good passes. She's had a couple goals, a couple assists. She's gonna have a really good year moving forward next year as a junior.
Yeah, she gets more and more comfortable with each game. You can just see it, how she's comfortable taking the ball like she did just then. In previous years,
Nice.
she might have
Draw and dump. There's exactly how it's supposed to work. Get a pick and roll. Paige drives, takes two defenders with her. She backs off, allows Maggie to slip up right behind the two defenders, dumps the ball over their head for a beautiful bounce shot. Maggie McGinnis having a day.
Yeah, that one almost went over the net. She's been a little snake bitten recently hitting posts, so I'm sure she feels.
She placed it there on purpose, Kevin.
Yes,
you know it.
she sure did.
That backyard workout's paying off right there. So we have, should that be 5-3 or
That
is it
should be
3-3? 5-3. 10 minutes left here in the second quarter. Maggie with a nice draw, looking for someone to pick it up besides the blue team. It is Norwood ball on the draw. Paige chasing, now Abby Lombardo trying to get on that ride. She's going to hold up at the 30, puts the brakes on. Norwood with control. Top right corner, number 19 with the ball. Nice defense by Maggie. Maggie's been phenomenal this year on defense. You can just tell her stance and everything. She's locked in on D. She's been great. I noticed it every game. Just when she's on top of that 12-meter, she is already broken down, waiting for that offensive player to come in and make contact, just like you see here. She breaks down, gets her arms out, making sure not to foul, and then a great check from on the side there too.
Well, that was nice work by our announcer talking about the defensive play, and sure enough, it happened right as you were talking about it.
WACA pays for those classes, and it's really paying off because I'm getting better and better with all my my terminology here.
Yeah, that was perfect.
We have Ayla Turncliffe waiting for everybody to catch up. Middies sauntering their way down to the offensive zone.
As we talked about, they've got a lot of running to do, so a lot of times the attacks are in position much earlier. They will throw the ball around a little bit, trying to wait till the middies get there.
Paige with the drive. Cuts across three defenders in the critical scoring area and dumps the ball on a bounce and into the net. Is that unassisted, Kevin?
That would be unassisted. That is 3 on the day for Paige, 3 of the 6. 4 different goal scorers for Ashland at this point. According to my calculations, most of those goals, other than 1, have been unassisted. 5 have been unassisted. There's only 1 assist in the game, which is a little bit unusual. It's usually a lot of, she talked about the draw and dump or hitting someone on the cuts. Today it's been a lot of individual efforts taking it to the goal and taking it hard to the goal.
I mean, you folks at home can't see Kevin's major whiteboard and stat sheets here. He's got everything laid out, red string connecting all these girls and their stats. It's quite a sight to see.
Yeah,
he's a great color man, best in the business.
Yeah, it's like the draft board that the NFL teams have. Very, very similar.
A lot of post-it notes in the in the office here right now. So back at it, we got number 11 Abby over to Peyton Tripp. Peyton Tripp looking for a dish to somebody else that's not a white team. Bouncing ball. Here we go. Lily Vitti comes up with it. She's going to hold up, let everyone kind of catch their breath. Paige driving through. No luck there. Maggie McGinnis up top. The ball. She's going to probably try a drive, look for a cutter. Great patience with the ball. Maggie's really come along as an amazing player this year. She played last year, but you can just tell her game's getting better and better.
Yeah, like we talked about, several players on this team had different roles last year. They've grown into those roles, whether it's freshmen who have become sophomores, juniors who have become seniors. Everyone has taken that step up.
Kendall Westland has entered the game on defense. Number 12 comes up with the ball. She takes a chest ball off a little chest bounce to control it. Alyssa Brown picks it up.
Ball.
Yeah. Can't let it bounce. It's key. When it bounces, you never know where it's going to go. We're going to set up the offense again here. We have Lily Vitti up to Peyton Tripp. Over Maggie McGinnis, top middle. Paige setting a little screen there. Maggie, nice little split dodge. Ooh, nice cut by Lily Vitti. Oh, what a stop by the
That was
goalie.
terrific.
Allie. It is. Allie is the goalie's name. Allie. Let's see, one Allie here. That's number 15.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be goal number 99 for Lily Vitti. It just didn't happen. It was a nice cut. It was a nice pass. Just better play by the goalie.
Just ask some local fans here. I don't think we need that. We now have the camera on Kevin and I, which is so fun. I wish I'd known I would address the lines.
I was going to say, I didn't come prepared for being on camera. But
Suck
okay.
in your gut, Kev. Suck in your gut. Oh, thank you. Yep. That was a little late shot after the whistle. I don't know what the call was there. Looks like we're going to have free clear. Yeah, I think maybe it was in the crease. I think she have a
crease
looked like a goalie interference. So we have Genesis with the ball. Pick it up, please. Oh my God! Don't put it in. We got Kendall Westland, most yellow cards in the team. She is a great defender, a little physical, but she holds her own. And we go white ball. We got Alyssa Brown, super fast. Has really shown her wheels this year, Kev. She can get that ball and be down to the other 30 in about 2 seconds.
She did that time. She tried to pass it out.
Ooh, nice check. Ooh, Erin Hickey taking a dump. She'll pop up. She's fine. We got Kendall on the ride, Abby on the ride. Paige going to push her out of bounds right there, and that is white ball. Okay, we're going to call a cross check on that or push. As announcers, you don't always agree with the referees, but you know what? Oof. Hopefully that's going to be white ball. There we go. See?
Is white ball.
The lacrosse gods always answer. Nice outlet pass to Ayla Turncliffe, running up there to Lily Vitti.
Mustangs seem to be working a little bit harder on the transition defense right now. A couple of times in a row, it had come out really clean. These last couple of times, they really working hard on the ride, trying to slow down the Ashland offense.
Nice look. That's Paige
Well
Tripp to a beautiful delayed cut by Ayla Turncliffe.
Boy, that pass was up there a long time. It was a high lob, and
we like to call that a lollipop.
Yes.
That's a nice little lollipop. But Ayla's athletic enough to get up there and get it, bring it down, control it, and rip one off. Ayla also very hard shot. She just absolutely rips that ball. What an athlete.
Yes. So 7-3 now. Ashland with the lead. 5 minutes, 14 seconds left on the clock. Ashland has run up 3 in a row here in the second quarter. So it's starting to open up the lead, but girls lacrosse, that can change very, very quickly.
Just takes 2 or 3 draws. On the draw there, we had a false start. The ball did not go up over the shoulder, therefore it does not count and has to be redrawn. So Maggie will try to get the ball up. Hopefully Paige and Peyton can run in there and pick it up. Maggie does like the self-draw too, where she'll pop the ball straight up and then try to grab it herself. Not that one. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Right to Paige. Paige to Peyton. Comes the defense to swarm. Peyton has gotten much better this year as well, as keeping her head up and not getting swarmed by defenders and just kind of dropping the ball. Lily Vitti in front. There we go.
Great
Lily
pass
from
Abby Lombardo.
Abby
on the
Lombardo.
pass. That was textbook.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we got Lily Vitti with one more to go to her milestone, I believe.
That is correct.
Exciting stuff.
We will know as soon as it happens. There will be a timeout on the field. There will be noise in the stands and the bleachers. There will not be noise in the booth. There will be no cymbals in the booth ever.
Yeah, I don't know who brings the cymbals to these things. It's crazy, but it's always a fan favorite. Go with the draw again. 4:55 left. Ashland 8, Norwood 3. Barely made it up over the shoulder there. Nice check by Maggie. Paige overran the ball. Down to number 26. 26 has the ball. Kendall, Westland giving her a ride, giving a little nudge. There's Paige on the defense.
Well
Nice
done.
job. Picked it right off. Nice outlet to Ayla Turncliffe. Having a little trouble wrangling that bouncing ball. Here comes Avi Marseglia in the game as well. Looks like she's playing attack, a little bit of a ride. They're going to foul, and then she's going to get to go because it is a minor infraction. You have to stop where you are quickly and then just self-start. So Norwood's going to slow the ball down here, kind of set up some offense, see what's going on, see who has who, try to find the weakness in Ashland's defense, and drive it. It is not here, so Maggie McGinnis, very strong. Wow, nice little sidearm sling there. Nice stop by Genesis.
Saw Paige Tripp slide over to help on that defense, and the attacker ended up going into two different players at that point. And while she got a shot off, there wasn't a whole lot on it because of the defense.
There's those wheels we talked about, Alyssa Brown. Fast as lightning. Right down the sideline. Unfortunately, the ball was dropped, lost, and now the goalie. This ball looking for an outlet. Ooh, almost picked off by Ayla Turncliffe.
One of the things I think the Ashland defenders will be talking about and trying to clean up a little bit is those passes up the field. Sometimes they don't need to happen quite so quickly, and it'd be safer just to run it into the offensive zone and then slow it down from there. A midi will hold, but to try to get rid of the pass just because you're approaching the 30.
Nice drive, nice shot. Number 15 with the goal, Allie O'Neill, freshman. Strong player for a freshman. She's going to do some damage here in the next 3-4 years, that's for sure. Great shot, great drive.
Yeah.
Genesis never had a chance.
Well, it came off the turnover.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before. We'll talk about it again. Turning the ball over, particularly in that part of the field, you're going to set up a fast break opportunity, and that's what happened. The defense wasn't able to get reset.
So it is Ashland 8, Norwood 4. About 3 minutes left in the second. Start the draw. We have Maggie McGinnis, Paige, and Peyton Tripp on the circle. Paige hustling over to get that ball. Unfortunate bounce. She got a little empty check there. 18 with the ball. Over to 16 with a drop. Hopefully, Elia is so fast. What a great pickup this year. She was JV last year. She's senior this year. Deservingly made the team on her own skills. Such a great player. All hustle. All hustle. Great track player. Track runner?
Sure.
Is a runner.
Athlete.
Athlete. Great track athlete. It shows out here. She's just no quit.
Yep.
Love it. Unsung hero, I would say. She'd get my vote at the banquet.
Yeah, the more the refs let them play, the more effective she is, because she is not afraid to be physical and prevent those attackers and midfielders from getting into the critical scoring areas.
Paige Tripp on defense, looking for the cutter. There's Allie again. Ooh, off the post.
The
Right to
goalie's
Paige.
best friend.
I know. Paige Tripp outletting up to Ayla. Stays on side somehow. Ayla going up to Lily Vitti. Got 2 minutes left here in the second. Lily looking to net that last one. She is going to go for it. She's going right to goal. Oh, nice stop by the goalie, possibly.
You could see her reaction there. You know she wanted that one.
Oh, yeah. Norwood ball. I mean, it is a lot of, you don't, probably in the game you don't think about it until you get that ball, and then you're like, oh, man, let me just get this over with.
Yeah.
Lily on the ride. Lily, one of the strongest rides in the Ashland team here. She's always in the way. She came from all the way from behind the net to catch that girl to try to slow her down on that ride.
Several players on the ride there. Peyton Tripp, Ayla Turncliffe, making it hard for Norwood to get into the offensive zone. That helps slow them down. It helps you get set up on defense. So your players are now in position because you've slowed them down.
Sometimes it's worth a little foul at the half march, just kind of slow
strategically
down. Yes. Norwood with the ball, bottom left. Got Kendall Westland playing on defense there. Nice cut from number. Oh, how did she get that shot off? That was impressive. Ashley Forrester right up in her grill. Still got that shot off. Number 16. We'll tell you in a minute. Looks like number 16 with the goal again. 16. Madison Doucette. Nope, that's a 15. That would be Allie O'Neill again. I think she's got a couple.
So we talked about as soon as Ashland started pulling away, Norwood gets the next two. Now it's a 3-goal game again, where it was just a 5-goal game just a moment or two ago.
Maggie on the draw. Paige pulls it up out of the air. Funny bounce. Over to Peyton Tripp. Peyton Tripp wanted to leave before she had the ball in her stick. But she's going to get it back with a nice giant push out of bounds. Nope. Norwood gets by her. Got under a minute left, 45 seconds. Norwood has the ball with a chance to add another one to the scoreboard. Ball's behind the net. Looking for a cutter. Over to number 11. Elia on there to Cruz is on her. Got Maggie McGinnis looking back. Now back to Elia, number 17 with the ball. Triple team. She's got nowhere to go. Back up to number 19. Number 19 with the drive. Maggie McGinnis laying the lumber.
That one's going to get called. That was just a little too aggressive.
That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
People think a girls' game is not physical, but I can tell you from my daughter's arms and legs that there's a very physical game.
Those upper arms get really bruised.
Nice stop by Genesis again. Genesis having a good game today. 17 with the ball. We got 8 seconds left. Hopefully they don't get a shot off here. Come on, Elia. Elia with the draw and dump. Good coverage by Peyton to get back. And that's the half.
Ashland's going to get out of there with unscathed there in the last 30 seconds. Norwood had the ball, had some opportunities, just wasn't able to get that shot off that beat Genesis.
So we're at the half. It's Ashland 8, Norwood 5. They are looking pretty good. Little draw control issues is what's really hindering their goal scoring. But we have Paige Tripp with 3 goals, 1 assist. Lily Vitti, 2 goals. Ayla Turncliffe with a goal. Peyton Tripp with an assist. Maggie McGinnis with a goal. And Abby Lombardo with a goal and an assist. So everyone's pitching in today.
Yeah.
Special guest here, Dave Vitti, stepping into the studio. Dave Vitti has a history with Kevin and Jamie Tripp. We all coached a lot of these girls in youth together. And we need one. We only need one more. Mr. Vitti is excited about his daughter possibly getting 100 goals today. We'll see how it goes. Keep our fingers crossed.
We all coach these girls. I coach the goals. Dave Vitti coached the turnovers. I can't remember what you did.
I was just pretty face.
Yeah.
I was usually in the dinosaur outfit running around
There
after
you go.
girls. That's all I did.
Took the water balloons to the face. Last practice of the year.
That's you gotta the girls love the payback in the last practice of the year every year in the youth. Got to bring out the water balloons. Makes it fun. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break here again. Ashland is 8, Norwood is 5. Start of the second half in about 3 minutes. We'll be back.
People coming into our booth when we're at work. Leave them. And welcome back to Ashland. Start of the third quarter, 12 minutes on the clock. Ashland at 8, Norwood at 5. Starting with the same, or actually a little different lineups. Genesis is still in goal. Looks like we have Lily Vitti, Abby Lombardo, Erin Hickey, Ayla Turncliffe on attack. The Tripp sisters, Maggie McGinnis on the midfield. And then on defense, we have Vanessa Thompson. We have Ashley Forster, Alyssa Brown, and Gabby Eng in the game.
It was Maggie McGinnis off the draw, trying to scoop that up. Bouncing ball again, almost out of bounds. Keeps it in. 19 with the ball. We call that number a lot today. Shay Larkey, she's a heck of a player. Just cutting down the middle, forcing herself through.
Yep.
And goal right off the draw.
Just like that. Just like in the first quarter of the game when Norwood came down and scored very quickly. That was 17 seconds off the clock. Right off the draw, right into the middle, spin move, and into the back of the net.
While we were at break, I got the goalie information. Her name is Allie Mannarin. She is a sophomore, and she is the goalie. She is dynamite. She's played a great game last time we played her, and she's definitely keeping Norwood in the game this time.
I don't have a save count, but it's significant.
Mm-hmm. Here we go with draw again. Maggie McGinnis, Peyton, and Paige Tripp on the circle. Kind of close together. Hopefully ball's going to go where they want it. Paige chases this one down. Infraction by number 19. Again. Ayla Turncliffe the ball up to Erin Hickey. Going to bring it behind the net, settle it down, let the middies catch up here. Lily over to Abby Lombardo, over to Peyton Tripp. Looking for a cutter, nobody there. Going to Paige Tripp. Maggie McGinnis showing off her fancy stick work. Looking for a pick and draw and dump, not there. Cut in a little flick up to Paige Tripp.
Ashland being very patient here. They're not forcing anything. They're just kind of moving the ball around the outside a little bit, waiting for something to open up.
Peyton with the ball, looking for a pick. She's going to go right down the chute and shooting space. We have the back defender. If you are in a direct line between the goalie and the shooter and you are not within a stick length, you will get called for shooting space, even though you have a defender within a stick length. Anyone behind them, and you look like you're going to shoot, which Peyton did.
Yeah, it's usually that second defender back there. That one, nice defense by Norwood to prevent the shot from ever getting to the goalkeeper.
Unfortunately, Peyton is height deficient like me, and when she brings that stick even a little bit back, you got a tall defender on you, you're going to go ahead and check that ball.
Yeah.
So that's what happened there. But we get another shot at it. So we got Peyton Tripp again up top, over to Abby Lombardo. For the record, the vertically challenge was not from me. It was from the other part of the family.
Oh, no.
Nice
you're
cut by
you're
Lily
like
Vitti.
6'2".
Oh, almost. Ayla Turncliffe almost connected there. We got Gabby Ing fighting on the 30 for it. Nice check by I guess not a good check by Gabby. That was very legal. I don't know what they called there. Gabby Eng chasing her down. Number 16 with the ball. Madison Duchette, I believe. Doucette. Paige Tripp sneaking up on Madison. Not there. Paige Tripp. Ball's down the top left to 15 to number 17. Emily Spodorsha. Close. We'll get these down by the end of the game probably. A lot of Italians in Norwood, I think, because there's a lot of it.
Another spin move there. This time the defense slid over and prevented her from getting to goal.
Allie O'Neill dishes it up to number 19 again. Paige Tripp. Ooh, top right corner, just over Genesis' shoulder. Great goal. We got 8-8 now, Kev. We got a close game here. We should be making some changes here, I hope, to kind of plug the well. Looks like Maggie McGinnis is switching up to a different stick for the draw. Probably a draw control stick, Kev. Is that
she does have one, and she's been working with it. The difficult thing is that it's hard to shoot with those sticks. So once you take the draw, you need to figure out how to get your stick back, or sometimes they'll give it to a defender, and the defender will have the player who's taking the draw's stick, and trade it back and forth because it's not quite as important for a defender's stick to be able to rip off a shot.
So we're going to do a redraw here. Maggie McGinnis, Peyton, and Paige Tripp on the circle. Paige getting a little feisty over there. Looking to gain control and gain position on her. Another one for Norwood. Norwood up top left here. Back to Shea Larkey. Over to number 16. Ball probably going to work it behind. Looking for a cutter. Ashley Forrester loosely D'ing up. Oh, the drop ball. Ashley.
Well done. That was
kind
a
of
terrific ground ball.
Baiting her, thinking she was wide. Oh, there we go. Up to Ayla Turncliffe. Nice little transition ball here. Draw a little bit of defender. Up to Erin Hickey. Erin's going to look for Lily. She's not there, so she's going to go back behind X. Wait for a perfect opportunity to score here. Lily Vitti with the ball behind the net. Up to Peyton Tripp. Peyton to Page.
One of the things that happened off camera there is Maggie went over and got her regular stick when the ball went into transition. So when she was on defense, she was using the draw stick. Ashland turns it over, and Ashland is moving up the field. Norwood is moving up the field.
Nice ride by Alyssa Brown. Another great, not a surprise exactly, but glad that she's getting the starting role in the minutes she's getting because she's been playing some great defense this year, Kev. She has stepped up tremendously.
Now, there's a nice defensive play by Gabby Yang. The ball is in the ground. She kind of batted it up forward a little bit and is able to collect it herself. Then she takes it into the offensive zone to X. And Ashland tries to get into their offense. Maggie McGinnis, the midfielder, held because there was a defender into the offensive zone. Can't have more than 7 in the attacking zone.
Paige Tripp dishes it over to Lily Vitti. Lily Vitti going to go right down the chute here. Hopefully get a shot off. Here we go. Lily Vitti with her 100th goal of the season. No, 100th goal of her career, which is exciting. And here comes the cowbells and the cymbals and the horns. A little bit of everything here. Very exciting time. Congratulations, Lily Vitti. Working hard. Going to get that game ball. Going to put it away for her. Coach Katie takes a little stumble there, but she's okay.
Quite an accomplishment. Lily scored 30 goals her freshman year. 29 her freshman year, 30 in her sophomore year. She's at 41 now in her junior year. Very exciting.
Parents are excited. They got some signs up. Everyone very excited for her. Usually they call a timeout, but I think the game's a little close here to be taking a timeout at this point for that.
Two-goal game, 9-7.
Hopefully they can keep making moves like that. We have Maggie McGinnis again on the draw, Peyton and Page on the circle. Let's see who can get to it. Nice check by Peyton.
Yeah.
As she stepped on that ball, I believe that is a foul. You can't do that.
Oh, there was no release. They shouldn't have been able to come over the line.
If we weren't in the booth announcing, we'd be yelling at them about that
I almost did. Then I remembered where I was. The attackers should not have been able to come over the 30-yard line until the ball was possessed. They clearly did and ended up taking the ball when there had been no release.
Paige Tripp on defense, number 15, driving hard. Maggie backing it up. There's nice spin move. Number 50, great check by. I am very confused by why they keep calling these stick checks illegal, Kevin. It's not near her face. It's not across her body. She's hanging her stick, and you should be able to check that.
Yeah, every ref has a different interpretation of the rules. And this ref crew seems to be calling a little closer. Once again, Norwood cuts the lead to 1 with 6:16 left in the third quarter.
I see Alana Duffy warming up over there, but I don't know if she's going to get in the game or not. But if this keeps up, maybe we'll see her. But right now, Ashland 9, Norwood 7. What was that for 8? They haven't changed the scoreboard yet. That's number 8. So it's 9-8.
I think Ashland's probably a little frustrated after that one because it's pretty clear that the Norwood players had come over the line to take possession of the ball. So it became an unfair fight, essentially. It was, instead of 3-on-3, it was a 4-on-3.
Another bouncing ball challenge there. Vanessa Thompson playing some defense. Nice little ride, staying with contact, wide open, top of the circle, number 19. Shooting space. I may gonna have to wait for the consultation here to see what they called. Didn't look like there was a shooting space violation there, but they're gonna call it a good goal. Not sure what happened there, Kev, but Norwood with the first lead of the game here now.
That's a tie, but that's
Sorry,
close.
9-9. Not paying very good attention. Still flustered of what just happened, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I heard a whistle. I didn't even think the ball crossed the plane of the goal, but not quite sure what the
Coach Blasi
decision was.
very showing her displeasure there to the referees. Getting Elia back in here. Gabby Ing taking a seat. Let's see.
Now, this has been a game of runs as Ashland opened a lead. Norwood has come storming back in this quarter, and even at the end of the second quarter as well.
Oh, switch over to Paige on the draw. Self-draw to herself. Peyton picking it up, looking up for Abby Lombardo. Abby Lombardo with the gymnastics catch. Straight up. Nice
That's a rocket.
job.
Good
Nice
catch by Lily
hard
Vitti.
pass. I'd rather see that than a lollipop pass. Right into Ayla Turncliffe in the middle, and she followed through, and she's going to get a yellow card. Most likely. Yep, there we go. She is a follow-through, hit the defensive player in the head, and she'll take a seat for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that is a dangerous shot, and so she's going to have to sit out for a couple of minutes. Again, it's a non-releasable foul, so Norwood will have the man-up situation for the next 2 minutes, regardless of what happens on the scoreboard.
We talked earlier about how she has a very powerful shot, but she also has a powerful follow-through, and I think that's not the first time she's been called on hitting the defender in the face or in the head, in the arm, or having dangerous follow-through. So now we're down a man, and we're going to have to slow this ball down right here. That's not how it works, but Elia Cruz on the ride, Vanessa Thompson showing her speed there, getting over to make sure that stick stays vertical, though, and she won't get called with a cross-check. Nice ride by Vanessa there to slow that down, keep her away from the goal.
Norwood with 7 in the attacking zone. Ashland defending with 6 players right now. So Norwood is going to be looking to spring someone loose. They have the advantage, and Ashland's going to have to play good, solid defense to make sure that they're not missing cutters.
Like that one. Yeah. So basically, when you're in a defensive position like this where you're down one, you really want to pack it in, almost play like a zone defense. So you're just going to go react to the ball when it's passed to an offensive player. We have timeout by coach here to kind of settle the ship here, Kev.
Yeah, as we said, Ashland had opened up a little bit of a lead, and they have gone on a streak of turning the ball over, not getting the shots that they need to do. There hasn't been a whole lot of good scoring opportunities here in the last, probably 10 minutes of play for Ashland. So hopefully the timeout can get the team back on the right track. Start with the draw controls, get possession of the ball, get into the offensive zone. Don't force things. Wait for a good shot.
Looks like we're taking a timeout here, and also looks like there's going to be a goalie change. Genesis has had a pretty good game, made some saves, but just not having it today. So looks like Alana's going to go in there. Been warming up a little bit. Doesn't look too. Body language isn't looking so great, but I think she's going to go in and try her best to maybe make some saves and turn this game around.
Yeah, sometimes just a little momentum change will do the trick. I was watching some college lacrosse today, and University of Florida had a big lead on Duke, started letting a bunch of goals, changed the goalkeeper, and it changed their momentum. So you see it at all different levels. Sometimes it's not even necessarily the player, it's just changing momentum.
It also helps the defense will play a little bit differently too, knowing that Alana's in there. Same with the offense. When you're in the defensive zone, it also sparks some energy to say, okay, we can be a little more aggressive. We can try to pick off that pass and go for it. Alana's typically the starting goaltender. Tonight was senior night, and Genesis, this is one of those games where she can get in, and she did, and she held her own there for a while, but it's time to step it up. So here we go, starting over. Peyton and Maggie on the circle now, and Paige Tripp. Paige directing younger sister where to go in the circle, where she's going to want to put the ball, so she's going to push it just where she said she was, and Peyton is there to pick it up. Nice job.
Yeah, that's a good scoop.
We are still a girl down, and we are going to hopefully just chill with this ball until the time runs out.
Yeah, it's about another minute or so that Ashland will be down a player. Norwood could choose to double. Looks like they're going to try that, but if Ashland passes quickly enough, it's hard to get the double team going.
You got to get rid of that ball as fast as you can before that defense gets there.
If you hold it, they're going to get to you.
Yep. And they're getting a lot more aggressive here, but if we keep moving that ball and don't drop it, we're going to do a good job. There we go. Looking good. Then, unfortunately, bad pass from Peyton to Aaron Hickey. Ball bounces off her out of bounds. So, Norwood with a chance here for transition. With a man up. Right back to the goalie, Ali Marin. Outlets to the defense, which is actually, she's a midi, 19. Shea Larkey. Shea Larkey up to somebody with a number, 21.
20 seconds left on the penalty to Ayla Turncliffe. She will jump back in as an attack, and then Peyton Tripp will get into the defensive zone and be even strength.
Here we go, number 17 with the ball.
And Peyton is back in defending.
Perfect. So they killed it off, and number 19 with the ball, Shea again. Ball behind the net, looking for a cutter. They're going to take their time here and let them set something up. Now that the whole defense is in, they'll figure out what's going on with the defensive strategy of Ashland. Ashland being a little aggressive. I like it. I like to see that. We talked about now with Alana in the net. Gives you a little bit of confidence that you can play a little bit more aggressive. Coming in from behind with the ball, like 4 cutters at the same time. It's pretty typical there. You never know when to cut. Elia, nice high stick. Love it.
Yeah, that was
aggressive.
That was good defense.
She is very aggressive. That's a good thing. As long as you don't, take someone's head off, you're doing a pretty good job.
And they were trying to get a spin move going there. It just didn't work because of Elia's defense. Now the pass out of bounds. It's not a shot, so it went off of Norwood. It will be Ashland's ball.
Lana a lot more confident with her clears than Genesis, so hopefully she's going to hold the ball. She's going to look for distance here to. Ooh. There we go, Abby Lombardo. That's a stick to the face.
Yeah,
she is getting absolutely hammered.
A little bit surprising with some of the calls that happen versus some of the ones that don't. We had a really good view of that one. That was a hit to the head and got a little fortunate there. I think that her target there was Peyton Tripp, but ends up with Aaron Hickey, and now Ashland is trying to get their offense going here.
In lacrosse, you have to step in bounds before you can play the ball. So if you're going to pass it from out of bounds, you will be called, and they will give the ball to the other team. So there's been a couple of those this year, but they seem to be getting better with that and not give the ball away on an out of bounds call.
It is a false start in lacrosse if you are throwing from.
Paige Tripp with the ball, pass from Peyton. There's a shooting space call on number 22. Paige will get the ball at 8. Left center hash probably. And she's a lefty, so this is a pretty good position for her.
Yeah, hopefully she can put this one in, try to get a little momentum back after.
They're putting her on the center now, so that's good. So she can come right down the throat, and she's probably going to drive to her left and dish it in. Oh, nice stop by Allie Manor again. Again, I told you this goalie is dynamite. She's going to keep him in this game. Ellie on the 30. Ball gets pushed by Maggie. Ellie's going to turn it around. Hopefully give it to, there we go, Ashley Forrester with the ball. Ouch, that's a bad check. I don't know what to call that either.
Yeah, it took De La Cruz a minute or two to see that she had help behind her. A lot of times you're thinking go up the field towards the opposing net when the easiest pass is behind you because you've got one of your defensive partners there, and eventually that's what she did.
Oh, great crease roll by Ayla. That defender was there the whole time, though. And Paige hustling to try to keep that in bounds, and she is not successful. Oh, I guess she was.
Well, it was a shot, so
True.
The first one there will be awarded the ball.
There's Paige to Lily. Lily with the rip. Nice shot. Caught it in motion, in the air, pulled it down, controlled it, gathered herself, and ripped the ball in the back of the net.
Helps to be a nice tall target on that one. It was a nice pass from Paige Tripp over the defense. Lily was able to corral it, turn around, put it right, looked like right through the goalie's legs. So
we have about 22
10.
seconds left, 10-10. We're back at a tie game here. Paige Tripp on the draw, Peyton and Maggie on the circle. Draw control with 22 seconds left is so crucial, Kevin. Whoever gets this ball has one last chance to score. That is a wild stick from Norwood that is, again, not called.
We
It's
saw
another,
that at the end of the second quarter, I believe, in just a few seconds. Norwood was able to get the ball and score. Ashland's thinking the same thing. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left here, and oh my word. A little aggressive on the checking.
Again, I don't see a yellow card coming out, so it looks like they're going to award Abby a free shot to goal, but only a minor foul.
She was right inside that.
Ooh, what a good shot.
Another rip. I tell you, that kid can shoot. She's got a real hard shot. Nice shot. Took 2 steps. You know, you don't see a lot of shots from the 8 in high school where girls are confident enough to take that 2-step shot. But her, Ayla, girls like that have that power behind their shot can really
that
let
was top right side, opposite stick hand for the goalkeeper. That's a tough one for her to get. When you put that shot there, it's gonna usually go in when you're taking a shot from the 8 meter. 2 steps, fire it, and just like we talked about, you can score that quickly in girls lacrosse.
Yep. 3 seconds left here on the draw. Page throws it up. Norwood possesses it. So looks like we are 11-10. Start of the 4th quarter coming up here. Didn't really see much action there, but again, that's the confidence thing, right? You put it in a different goalie, and sometimes they just pick up their game a little bit because it's a message sent.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, Norwood cut the lead in half. It was a 2-goal game at halftime. Now it's a 1-goal game, but just a moment ago, they had the lead and the momentum. So that was a nice last couple of minutes for Ashland to try to stem the tide, and hopefully they can get some momentum themselves and start extending this lead.
Yes. So recap here. We 11 for Ashland, 10 for Norwood. Norwood made a big run in that 3rd quarter. Usually we're a 3rd quarter team, but that was not the case today. We have a couple more on the board. We got Abby Lombardo with another one. Obviously, Lily Vitti with her goal, hitting her 100-goal career mark, which was exciting. What else we got, Kev?
Yeah, so on the game, Paige Tripp with 3, Lily Vitti with 4, Ayla Turncliffe with 1, Maggie McGinnis with 1, Abby Lombardo with 2, Paige Tripp with 2 assists, Peyton Tripp with 1, and Abby Lombardo has an assist to go along with those 2 goals.
Mm-hmm. Abby having a good day today.
She is. So as we look forward to the tournament, I took a look to see how our friends in the TVL are doing, and as you'd expect, those top teams are doing very well. Medfield, as we talked about, #1 in Division 3, Westwood #4 in Division 2. Hopkinton, who Ashland played last night, is currently 16 in Division 2, which will put them in line with Notre Dame Academy of Hingham, should they get that far, which is a tough matchup. Norwood, our opponents here tonight, are 29th in Division 2. They clinched a playoff spot last night when they got to 8-5. They only have a 16-game schedule, so they will be at least 500. So they've made it. And in Division 3, in addition to Ashland and Medfield, we have Dover Sherburne at number 14, Medway at number 20, Holliston number 25, and Dedham at number 30. So TVL is well represented in Division 2 and Division 3 here. As usual, it is one of the stronger divisions or stronger leagues in the Commonwealth.
And new power rankings will probably come out tomorrow, so those numbers will shift slightly, but I don't think anything too crazy will happen with the numbers. I think we'll probably drop a point or two from our tough week that we had here with some tough games, but especially with this tight of a game here today, I don't think it's going to be helping us in the long run. But
no,
as long as we don't fall into that 10. I think the number was 10 or 12 will put us into that top left bracket with Medfield, which would kind of be not great, but it is what it is.
Yeah, with the Hopkinton one last night, their power ranking is higher than the Ashland average right now, so I'll bring it up a little bit. 2-goal win, slight difference. Norwood, because of where they are in their rankings, will bring it down a little bit. So without a big win in terms of goal differential, could bring it down. But of course, you got to win the game first. You got to get out there. You got to make plays, and let's see how this 4th quarter goes.
We have Ashland with a draw win here. Maggie McGinnis up to Abby Lombardo, up Darren Hickey behind the net. Now we have starting the offense at the top here. Paige Tripp with the ball. lefty naturally. It's a Lily Vitti for another rip. Nice stop again by Allie Mannarin. Out of bounds. It is looked like blue ball for the chase. Goalie ball behind the net. Ayla Turncliffe on the ride. Ashland folks screaming, check her. Always love to see the goalie out of the net on both sides. It's fun.
That was a very nice play. Another nice pickup by Abby Lombardo there to retain control after that terrific save by the
Abby
keeper.
draws 2 defenders there. Ooh, nice pass. Nice look to Lily Vitti and a big save by Allie Mannarin again.
She might have 5 saves on Lily Vitti alone.
Lily does shoot for power when she's close. One little stutter step or a high-low shot would change her game. Looking for somebody to cut in here. Number 17 with the ball. Emily Spadorcha. Paige Tripp on the ride. She ran right into her stick. That is unfortunate because Paige had space, and that girl just rammed right into Paige's stick.
Well, as we talked about a moment ago, sometimes it's hard to understand the calls when there was one right in front of us to the head of Abby Lombardo just a few minutes ago that it's uncalled. That one, sure, maybe it's a penalty, maybe it's not. In this case, they said yes.
Contact's contact, unfortunately, and if it's meant on purpose or not, it doesn't matter. It's going to get that yellow card. So Paige Tripp out for 2 minutes. She'll be back at 8:27. Hopefully Norwood is not as successful as they've been on the day here in the offensive zone. Peyton Tripp.
Ashland has had a lot of time trying to kill off these penalties in this game today. It is. That's an interesting call too, seeing as they didn't have control of the ball. They weren't looking to shoot. They were just trying to catch the ball, yet shooting space was called. So, again, I don't want to question it, but I'm questioning it.
If you can see our faces right now, you would know that we are questioning the call. That's a nice rip by Norwood there. Alana Duffy locked in. That girl is out of bounds, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was.
That's white ball. Peyton Tripp's going to pick it up, and hopefully we can retain possession here for a while to help kill this penalty.
That was a circumstance where the Norwood player would have been better letting it go out of bounds because they were closest to it. They would have collected it after the shot and then been able to step in bounds. But sometimes that's hard to think about in that particular moment. You just want to get the ball, which is what they did, but unfortunately she stepped out of bounds.
So we have control of the ball, possession in the offensive zone. We're going to hopefully hold on to this ball, and they're going to try to double. We got to get this ball moving so that we can not get doubled. Again, the faster we pass this ball, the harder it's going to be for them to get it because they will not be doubling us.
Around 40 seconds left in the – boy, there's a couple of awkward passes that were caught. But
interesting stick work there by 2 girls in a row. I don't know what was happening there, but referee is calling some minor penalty. It looks like maybe a cross check or something.
Yeah, it was an ill-advised pass, but it ended up working out okay.
10 seconds left on the penalty here. Nice job by Ashland killing this one off. And I don't know if
it's those quick passes that have been able to avoid the double team. Those passes can go faster than a player.
Paige Tripp back in the game. This is great. Get the ball in the offensive zone. And unfortunately, a little too hot of a pass for Abby to control there. And now we're going to be blue ball.
There's been several passes like that today that just haven't been on the mark or
Lily Vitti
difficult
called
to
for
contain.
an empty check, I think, on that one. Didn't really see what happened, but she's going to go behind, and Abby Lombardo is going to be in chase. Norwood with the ball transitioning in the offensive zone. Nobody riding. Here comes Paige for a little bit of a ride. She's back in the game after that. Ooh, that is almost an illegal check. Good thing she made contact. She would have got called on that for sure. Norwood ball, back right. Number 15 with the ball over. Nope, number 15 has the ball now. Over to 17. 17 over to number 18. Their numbers are really close together, Kev, on these uniforms. It's tough to pick up. 17 with the ball, paid, and nice little check. Bad check. So as I read the rule book, as I've looked into this a bunch, Kevin, I'm pretty sure any check from behind is illegal.
Yeah, I think they were saying that one went over the player's head in order to get to the stick. So she got to the stick cleanly, but it was the direction from where the Peyton's stick had come from that caused the infraction.
Any check has to be a down and away check. So if you're coming over the player's head or near the player's head in that check process, they're most likely going to call that as a minor infraction. Unless you hit her in the head, then you get a yellow card. But rarely, not very often does that check from behind actually work, besides getting a penalty.
Of course, they are always looking to protect the head. There's a pass from Norwood that couldn't be collected, turnover, and Ashland ball. Alana Duffy out of her net, fires out to Vanessa Thompson, who's going to start the ball up the field. That is a tough pass, those bouncers. Fortunately, Maggie was able to collect it. And off to Alyssa, who will outrun everybody.
She's quick like a bunny, that one. She's going to bring it all the way to X, I guess. Oh, Ryan Adorno has entered the game as well. Good to see her get some time out there.
That was a nice play by Alyssa. That was exactly what we talked about earlier. She took it up into the offensive zone, kind of settled it down, and then made the pass instead of trying to make it on the run to another player who was on the run.
Ayla Turncliffe, bottom right to Lily Vitti. Lily Vitti buries it.
Terrific pass.
Left corner. Great cut. Great cut. Great shot.
Terrific pass by Ayla Turncliffe. We talked about that a little bit earlier. You start the offense from behind the net. The cutter is going straight to the goal. The goalkeeper is trying to look at the passer from behind the net, and then by the time they turn, the cutter has the ball, fires a shot, and back of the net. Goal number 5 for Lily Vitti today. She has had a lot of shots this game, a lot of saves by the keeper, who's done a terrific job. But she's getting the ball and she's firing.
Wasn't for Allie Manor, and she might have 10.
She really could.
Draw by Paige, straight up. A nice little bounce again. Maggie, hello.
Nice spin move to get away from there after a pretty violent swing there, but didn't connect with anything, so play on.
Usually it does. Maggie's magnificent. Oh, nice shot by Ayla Turncliffe. Pass from Maggie McGinnis, I believe, to a cutting Ayla Turncliffe for a beauty of a goal.
Yeah, that one came right off the draw. I'd love to know how long that took between draw to goal, but that one was pretty quick. Collected in the midfield and off to the races.
We have a timeout, blue, I believe.
Yeah,
so
that would make the most sense. I didn't see who called it, but based on the way the last few minutes have gone, that would make sense that blue called it. Right now, the game is tracking very similar to the game in Norwood. That was a back-and-forth close game that eventually Ashland pulled out and started pulling away at the end. Let's hope for Ashland's sake that continues, that they can continue with the momentum, continue controlling the ball and getting good shots off.
That's what is tough to tell with a lot of these lacrosse games is, sometimes the game ends up being 17-10 or 15-10, but a lot of people don't realize that that's actually a pretty darn close game, because usually right at the end of the game, through halftime, it's a very close game, just like this one is, and then sometimes one team will just all of a sudden start to pull away, and it turns out to be a 17-11 or 12 game, and the number looks crazy, but it's actually it's been a great game back and forth the whole time. So
a lot of times the score doesn't tell the full story. We saw that last year in a couple of games that at the end you look and it's a 7-goal loss or a 7-goal win, and both times you're going, geez, that was close the whole time.
Yeah.
But that's just the way it happens to go.
Yeah. Like we played last year with the Medfield game, it was tied at half.
Yeah.
And then they went in and Medfield turned into Medfield. They must have been sleeping. We played a great game, don't get me wrong, but then all of a sudden it was just like, boom, a switch went off, and the coach must have said something very interesting at half or third and motivated them. So let's hope Alana Duffy can hold the pipes down, keep that ball out of there for a couple more times so we can get a nice little lead here and move on.
Starting at the draw circle, let's see who can get the possession and try to get into their offensive set. I don't know that Alana's really been tested too much. There was one shot I couldn't tell whether she got it, if it went wide, if it hit the post. Yeah. But she was on it. So,
short draw there, but it does count. And Paige, a little touch there on the stick. She's going to get called minor infraction. Here we go. Norwood entering the zone here. Ooh. Vanessa Thompson up high to slow that down. Ooh, almost Vanessa.
That long reach of hers.
Oh, my. Oh, nice stop by Alana Duffy. She has been seeing the ball so well this season.
Yeah, she was all over that.
To step in as a... It's unfortunate. defensive breakdown there. Once the save is made, they turn into offensive mode, and a couple people start taking off a little early. So, but
yeah, that was number 17. She was wide open in the middle, not quite sure whose assignment it was, but it was a save. Norwood collected the ball quickly right into the middle to the wide open player, and no chance for Alana on that one. That was.
So we got 5 minutes left in the fourth. Ashland 13, Norwood 11. Another draw here. Same players. Maggie on the draw. Paige and Chase. Ooh, tough hop and an empty check. Thank you.
Yeah, that she had that pretty well controlled, and then all of a sudden the ball was on the ground. Didn't quite see what happened there, but Paige certainly looked like she was in control of the ball.
Paige with the lefty flick up to Ayla Turncliffe. Ayla looks like she's putting on the brakes a little bit. Gonna slow it up. Right over to Erin Hickey. Love when they get so close to each other to pass that ball. Ryan Adorno, bottom right corner, over to Maggie McGinnis. So we're going to slow it down and wait for something to happen here.
Yeah, this isn't a time to go into a shell, but it's also not a time to force something that's not there. That was a good pass, good shot. Just happened to hit the crossbar off the bounce. Ryan Adorno
Nice cut by Paige.
was the closest to the ball. That she did a good job warding off her defender and able to maintain possession for Ashland.
Lily Biddy on the corner. Maggie McGinnis cutting through up to Peyton Tripp at top. Couple cutters. Here's Paige right in the middle. And she takes one to the face and still buries it. Don't know what this ref is watching. Sorry. Don't hate to.
Yeah.
The bruise on her face will tell you, ref, it just got hit in the face with a stick. So.
Yeah.
Can't catch them all, I guess, except for Paige's face. So now we have 14 to 11. Ashland, we got 3.5 minutes left here, almost 4 minutes left in the fourth. Some nice ball movement by Ashland here in the offensive zone. Again, it's all about that draw control. If you get that draw, you settle that ball, wait for the right moment, you're going to, a high percentage, put that ball in the net.
Looks like Raffi Pinto is into the game on attack. Peyton comes out of the middle there with the ball. She's going to get swallowed up, but is able to get away.
She's got behind.
Yeah, she's got Ayla open, and Ayla's going to take it up to.
Now's the time where we can kind of settle it down, take a little time off the clock. We're up by 3. No need to rush anything here.
I know.
And then, well, looks like we're getting the ball back, though. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that wasn't a shot. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I guess it was a pass. You're right. There's Paige on the right again. Pretty close out of bounds. If there was somebody else there, I bet you that's a great. Looked like a good check to me. Again, I'm not all the way over here, though. I can't tell. Katie doesn't think it was a bad check either, Coach Blasey. So. Anyways, Ayla Turncliffe on the right. Here comes Erin Hickey. And Elia DeCruz. Ooh, tough hop again. That is a nice box out by 20. Vanessa Thompson battling hard. Nice box out.
Oh, that was really well done.
Norwood fans don't like that call, Kevin. That's for sure.
I hear cuss words from the bleachers.
I think we're going to need to get a beat button up here. So there we go. We got to Lily. Again, tough, close game. People are going to. Oh, we got a shot to the head. Looks like number 26 is going to get that yellow card, and we're going to go up for the next 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 21 seconds left, so that's a good thing. Lily was dangerously close going out of bounds, though, Kev.
Yeah, she could have been ridden out of bounds. She did a good job of stopping, and I think that's what caused the stick to the head was the quick stop on the sidelines, and the defender kind of kept going when she stopped short. So this
tough pass.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. Unfortunately, with this time of the game when you're just trying to maintain possession.
A card to Erin Hickey on a bad check from behind. Not sure what that was, but
yeah,
I'm gonna have to go to replay on that one. That she just checked from behind. I don't think she made contact with the head, but maybe he's saying it was too dangerous of a check.
Just in that circumstance, a player up, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left, just a sloppy pass. And instead of running out the clock, now here comes Norwood coming up the field. and now you're in a 6-on-6 situation.
19 barreling down the center, right out shot on Duffy, and there we go.
Just like that. So
that was fast.
2-goal game with 1:55 left.
Norwood keeping it tight.
There,
for sure. Looks like we have a timeout from Ashland.
Yeah.
We have 1:56 left. Ashland 14, Norwood 12. A lot of breakdowns in this last couple.
Ashland just needs to take a look in the mirror. There have been a lot of unforced errors that just didn't need to happen. Starting with the ball at the 40-yard line at a stop, your player up, you could run backwards and
yes, you could,
and start
maybe should
start getting some momentum going up the field. But try the pass, it's not there, and that leads to the yellow card on Ashland, and again and that leads to a quick goal.
Well, hey, that's what makes sports so great. It's a close game. We are going to have a fun ending here with 2 minutes left. Got both teams have a man down. Norwood's going to get a man back for maybe 5 seconds.
I believe it was at the 2:21 mark. So they're going to have
12 seconds up, maybe, or something, or 10.
Yeah, they're going to have
Hopefully, doesn't make that big of a difference, but
no, it's going to come down to the draw control as it usually does. So, the team that comes out of this draw with the ball has a good opportunity for Ashland to kill the clock, for Norwood to try to make it a 1-goal game.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully, in that huddle, Coach Blasey has stated the fact that we are up by 2. When we get this draw, we will hold the ball, pass it around, and not drop it, and kill the clock.
Yeah.
No need to try to go score here. You're up by 2. Just drain it.
The interesting thing about it is that with player out on each side, you've got 6 offensive players and 6 defensive players. So just much more space in the attacking zone. Probably favors Norwood in this case because they're trying to get goals where Ashland's thinking about killing the clock.
Oh, the one-handed grab by Paige Tripp. Very nice.
That is a great start. They're going to be very aggressive here, trying to take care of the ball.
Nice. Elia DeCruz with the ball. Please scoop it up. There we go. It's good passes now. Let's get rid of that ball.
That was a dangerous pass.
Good Lord. There we go. So that is Peyton Tripp to Ayla. Hopefully Ayla will go behind and just take a deep breath. Relax.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of experienced players out there. They know the situation. They're
offsides.
Yeah. They know the circumstances. They know it's not about getting a goal right now, although it'd be great if you've got an open net.
Are we both offsides? 1, 2, 3. Don't we need another one back, Kevin? Oh, there they are. She was standing behind Vanessa. I could not see her. All right, so we're good. Here we go. Hopefully, again, we do not try to go to goal. We take our time and okay.
It was not needed.
Page to look like
Maggie
Ayla
McGinnis.
Who's going to come up with this one? Elia, almost. Nice. Lily Vitti with a check. Dropping that ball. They're going to ride this one. Nice job of Peyton. Can always pick up Peyton with those socks on. She's got some shin splints she's working on.
And I just thought it was a fashion statement.
Nope, it is a need at this point. 28 seconds. Clock is ticking. It's 14 Ashland, 12 to Norwood. Norwood ball. Don't know what is taking the time here with the clock, but 20 seconds left.
Wasn't advantageous for Norwood there. That one.
So now we have
trickles out.
White ball. Ashland ball.
15 seconds.
Let's just calm it down. Pass it to the other team. 8 seconds left. There's no shot. They're going to get 2 goals in 5 seconds, I hope. So, Vanessa trying to slow it down, draw a penalty there. Didn't work. Hey, a lot of Duffy at the buzzer. We got the W out of that. It is insane that it went down that way, but it was a great game. A lot of positives out of this one.
Yeah, and a lot of things to think about, too, and a lot of things to work on. I'm sure that when they look at the tape and this broadcast, they will see some things that they need to clean up a little bit if they're going to make it a couple of rounds into the tournament. Good news is they got a couple more games to work on that, and hopefully they do.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening, and thanks for WACA for allowing us to do this broadcast. A lot of fun. We enjoy it. And
props out to our man Jeff here to take us through the broadcast. He's amazing.
And we're going to leave here. We have Ashland was 13, and I believe Norwood was 11, unless I had it wrong because
Yeah,
they just
might
turned
have
the clock
14
off.
to
But
12.
thanks for watching, listening. We'll hopefully get you on the next one. Thanks.